The Celtic goddess Convenia is Erinhood. She is either offspring to Don or offspring to Beli, who is also linked to Belenos. Well, what we know is that Don is the Welsh Datka, Keshkapa, Sucalis, and other names of the male figure. And her worship has been found in Gaul, outside of Gaul, Britain, Hispania, Italy, Cumberland, and Northumberland. If Erinhood was the daughter of Don, it would be based off of the Hindu goddess Ila. Ila is a Hindu goddess who is associated with lunar cycles. In this variation, Ila is the daughter of Keshapa, which makes her the granddaughter of Cuclius, Awen, and a sister of Lewis and Castellonius and Balaturius, who is known in Welsh mythology as Nod and Beli. The Brythonic and Cumbric goddess worshipped by the Dubini. The Dubini tribe lived alongside the Wales region in Britain. She is believed to be a goddess of wealth, prosperity, holding a loaf of bread or eggs. They also lived in central England and the Brigantes. And since Lu, or Lewis, is based on multiple avatars of Sura, because the Celts didn't believe avatars as separate lifespans of the deities, this means that Kuda is another consort to Lewis. Kuda is being Lakshmi. And the thing about Kuda is that she's an original. She's an original Brythonic and Cumbrian goddess who doesn't have a Welsh parallel. Now, I talked a little bit about this figure before in the first video of Ventress. I'm going to talk about him here, but I'm not going to put in details that I'm going to use in a later video. This is taken from Bale Griffiths' work on myths around ancient Britannia and Cumbric. Ventress is a god of winds. His parallels is Nibiru from Canterbury mythology, who is a wind god, who is said to be part raven, and or blackbird, who is a god. He is the half-brother of Lu. His father in Canterbury mythology is Taranis, another name for Tyrannus. And in Cumbric myth, this makes Archero his father and Archeria his mother. Soulless, though a lot of her inscriptions were found in south of England. In the 1920s, she was discovered in Lindy and Gregorshire, which is present-day England that borders the region of Wales that we know today. It was discovered by archaeologist Robert Eric Mortimer Wheeler and his family. This indicates Soulless is not just a southern goddess that is Brythonic, but also a Cumbric one as well. She's associated with lunar cycles, water, hot springs, and eyesight, and skills and groves. Similar Celtic word soul in Irish comes to mind for eyesight, which is meaning skill or possible war techniques. The Romans saw her as a goddess of war that is similar to their own, known as Miranda. Most depictions of her in art are Romanized. Her name in Gaulish mythology, Sylvia. The Romans also compared her to Juno, Junus, the mother of Jupiter, which we know as Lu. This indication of hot springs and water also points to Castellonius and Balaturius. I'm going to do my best to pronounce this. She's connected to Hōgáin. In other regions, she was worshipped near Mars' temple. She's associated with Linus, who resembles Castellonius, and Lukitos and Lukitis, similar to Lucio and Lux and Luke, which means light, bright, or some others have speculated lightning, which reminds me in Irish mythology when Lu and Nuada work together in the skies. Atenu in Irish mythology is associated with nature, rivers, lunar cycles, and in Irish mythology, the mother to Lu. This myth is also found in Hinduism, Eti, wife of Kashyapa, mother of Surya, Indra, and Agniloka. And before I move on to the next topic, this is a recap from the first video. Archeria is the stepmother to Castellonius Lu and Luas and Balatadius. She is the biological mother to Ventus. Not only is she associated with war, blackbirds, and an apple, she's also associated with a three-headed dog that is similar to what is found in Greek mythology with Cerberus. Albion, a being, a god similar to Alvarez, is a giant believed to be a supreme creator, taken from James Mackillop, like in Basque mythology, Cantabrian mythology. Instead of them being just portrayed as a supreme god, Kulig, Elbex, Albion, Balor, Lear, Ataro, Net, Neto. His worship was found in all the regions, England, just south and north, central, and in Cumbria and Cumberland. Berlax, or Berak, is found in Cumberland and Cumbria, alongside Mars, Jupiter, and Belectorius. This follows the later myth, death of Balor, death of Titaro, the death of Brahma. The figure who helps the sun god changes with myth. Sometimes it's Druid, sometimes it's God dressed up as Druid, which is an Irish myth. Later Basque myth, three brothers. It falls back into spiral symbolism, where creation rises and saves the world from destruction. In Hindu myth, it would be that of Shiva and Vishnu, when they kill Brahma in the center of the universe with Vishnu's spear. And did I say later Basque myth? I mean later Irish myth, because Basque mythology is earlier than Irish mythology.